a Declaration of Independence signer who went against his father's wishes. Hi everyone, Amanda here for Family Tree Nuts, and I'm at the gravesite of Thomas Heyward Jr. in present-day Jasper County, South Carolina. Thomas Heyward Jr. was one of 4 of the Declaration of Independence signers from the state of South Carolina. Thomas Heyward was born in 1746 at his family plantation in then what was called St. Luke's Parish, but now present-day Jasper County. Old House Plantation was one of the extensive landholdings of his father, Daniel, who had over 16,000 acres in the area. He was educated at home as a boy, but then after he grew up, he traveled to England to study law. It was while he was studying abroad that he discovered the prevalent belief by the British citizens that those here in the colonies were considered second class. This injustice rankled him. In 1772, Thomas married Elizabeth Matthews, the daughter of Colonel John and Sarah Gibbs Matthews. Together they had 6 children, but only one would survive till adulthood. But even he died young at age 22. When the Stamp Act was declared, Thomas was one of its loudest opponents. He steadily rose in prominence as an outspoken patriot, much against his father's wishes. He was elected to the General Assembly of South Carolina, and from there, in 1775, he was selected to be a delegate to the Continental Congress. He was only 29 years old. The following year, he signed that Declaration of Independence, which set into motion the Revolutionary War. Again, his father warned him of the possible consequences, but Thomas stuck to his guns, and thankfully, the two reconciled before his father's death in 1777. In 1778, Thomas returned home to manage his father's extensive holdings. His signature is also on the precursor to our Constitution, the Articles of Confederation. Once he returned home, he took charge of a local artillery militia, and he sustained a significant gunshot wound in the 1779 Battle of Buford. During the Siege of Charleston, Thomas split his time between his plantation holdings here in the South Carolina Low Country and Charleston. And it was during the Siege of Charleston in 1782 that Thomas was taken prisoner by the British. He was transferred to a prison ship and taken down to St. Augustine, eventually making his way to Philadelphia. When he was getting ready to be released in 1782, his pregnant wife traveled to Philadelphia to be with her husband. While in Philadelphia, Elizabeth went into labor and died in childbirth. Thomas was heartbroken. He eventually did remarry. In 1786, he took another Elizabeth as his wife, the daughter of Colonel Thomas and Mary Elliott Savage. The couple would have 3 children together, all surviving into adulthood and having families of their own. Thomas continued to practice law and to be a judge for the state of South Carolina. He helped the state of South Carolina develop its own constitution and then finally retired back here to Old House in 1798. He spent his remaining years here on his family's land with his family surrounding him. He died in 1809. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation of one of our Declaration of Independence signers. And hey, remember, Family Tree Nuts. Let our nuts find the nuts in your family tree.